We are discussing children and PTSD, an ugly topic. You may not see the connection right off the bat, but you will. Children are born as a little blank slate. All they know how to do is trust. That's it. They trust you to take care of them, to clean them, to bathe them, to feed them, to keep them safe. And too often they are let down. Too often the parent of this child is a child themselves, a child who never received the nurturing and the love and the stability that they need to be a good parent, because their parent, we're going back to the grandparent now, never received that. You're only as good as the tools you have to work with. And whether that means, that a carpenter is only as good as his tools, or a mom and dad are only as good as the tools they have in parenting. It's the same thing. You're only as good as the tools. So it's kind of tough when you have a child, 3, 4 years old, and their living environment is a war zone. Screaming and yelling, things being thrown, people being hit, domestic violence, alcoholism, drug addiction, maybe drug deals going down in the house. Hard to say. Parents disappearing for days, weeks, parents going to jail. Sometimes strange people come into the house and stay for days on end. These people do bad things to these children. They don't know if it's right or wrong. That's all they know. They know that this person hurts me, that person doesn't. That's not right. And it's the foundation for PTSD. Some children will just shut down, totally and completely shut down. Just stay in their room, stay quiet, try to disappear. Other children will become anorexic or bulimic. Some children will overeat. As these can be learned behaviors, some children will follow in the footsteps of their abusers. They have all of these emotions inside that they don't know how to express. They don't know what they are. They know fear, they know panic, they know pain and suffering, they know hunger, but they don't know what to do about it. They don't know how to put it into words because nobody's there to listen. So they act out. So they see mommy and daddy get mad and they hit people or things, break things. So they start to do that. As young as 5, 6, 7 years old. They start breaking windows, hurting animals, hurting people, hurting themselves. That's all they know. As they get older, when they start school, they start acting out in school. Hopefully, someone will see the red flags. They will see there's a problem in this child's environment. We need to get this kid some help. Too many times, people turn a blind eye. They don't want to see it. Oh, they're fine. I have other things to deal with. I survived it, so will they. Really? Will they? I'll remind you of that at their funeral when they take their own life because they couldn't handle the pain anymore. It happens. And one time is too many. I've seen some really bad situations where kids took it and took it and took it till they couldn't take it anymore. They try to talk to somebody. The adults don't want to hear it. They go to school dirty. Maybe they haven't eaten. There's nobody at home. You have children taking care of children because mom and dad or whomever has disappeared for days on end. Kids don't, an 8-year-old may not know how to use a washer and dryer. If you run out of bread and peanut butter, well, there's no more food. And kids will tease them and bully them. That's adding insult to injury. And It absolutely breaks my heart. If you see this in your community, if you see this in your neighborhood, don't turn a blind eye. You have a lot of options. If you see a child and you know where the child lives, you may know the parent, you could offer to help. And it's not charity, because everybody will say, we don't take charity. Well, fine, I'm not asking you to. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to give you a break. I'm trying to help you. I'm not asking for anything in return. You know, if you're going to be working late, if you're not going to be home, have your kiddo come over to my house and we'll feed him dinner. Have them come over and, you know, they can do homework with my kids. Have them bring a change of clothes and I'll make sure they have clean clothes for tomorrow when they go to school. That's not really asking a whole lot, is it? And that could make a world of difference to this child. Imagine knowing, I'm going to get to have dinner. I'm going to get to sleep in a clean bed. I'm going to have clean clothes tomorrow. I get to bathe. That's big. Because an 8-year-old should not be responsible for a toddler and an infant while mom and dad disappear. That's not a child's job. Those are not the tools you want this child to have in life. It's important for a child to be able to be a child, to learn to play and relax and be happy and feel safe and nurtured. To know how to treat other people, to know there are other options when you get frustrated and angry. There are other options other than acting out in violence. There are other options than alcohol. There are other options than marijuana and drugs. There's a lot of other options. If you need to feel like you belong, kids in junior high, very vulnerable age, you know, from 12 to 15, ooh, scary age. Kids need to feel a sense of belonging. Hopefully they get that in their own home, in their family, a strong, happy family with good role models. Too often they don't, so they turn to gangs. And that's bad. Things happen then. And, you know, we know that. Everything from prostitution to crime. They drop out of school many times. So much for college. Unfortunately, many times they will fall into the hands of a predator. Because this predator will groom them. They will tell them exactly what this child has been wanting to hear. They will tell them they're pretty, they're smart. And then they will molest them or sell them to be molested. Sex trafficking. All because this child didn't get the foundation. They didn't get the tools they needed in the early years. As a community, let's give let's give these kids, these children, that foundation. Through your church, through the community, through your neighborhood. Let them know they have a gift. Every child is special and beautiful. Some are athletic, some are brilliant writers or dancers, singers, musicians, artists. Find out what that child's gift is. Encourage it, nurture it. Maybe they're an amazing baker. Wonderful. Foster that, encourage it. Give them that love and support and a sense of belonging so they're not going to go seeking it someplace else. Because once they go into the gangs, they may not come out. And too often, the young girls that go in end up having baby after baby after baby. And that's awful. Babies having babies. Too often they end up into the hands, male and female children end up in the hands of the sex traffickers for prostitution, for videos. And again, once you go in, you may not get out. I know a lot of law enforcement and federal agents that are doing everything they can to shut down sex trafficking rings. I applaud them, I encourage them, I support them. I will do anything I can to help them. But they can't do it all. They need your help. They need our help as a community. If you see something going on, call the cops. If you see an adult paying unnecessary attention to a child, I mean, it's fairly obvious, when a child is 10, 12, 13, 14 years old. And when an adult is not, an adult may be 30 or 20, and they're paying unnecessary, inappropriate attention to a child, don't say, see how that girl's raised? No. She's a child. She is a child. She may think she's all grown up, but honey, she's a child. And once he gets his hands on her, that's statutory rape. That could be child sex trafficking. And you can do something about it. If you see a child being forced into a car, if you see somebody dragging a child somewhere and the child is yelling, no, 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 go over there. And I don't mean walk, I mean run over there. Have your phone on record. If you think it's a kidnapping, pretend that you're that child's aunt, uncle, cousin, parent. Say, hey, you get your hands off my son, my daughter. Who do you think you are? In all likelihood, that person will let go and run off. Get that child to a safe space and call 911. You have the video. Give it to the police. You can't turn a blind eye. We have to be involved. Apathy is never an option. Lives are at stake here. A child's life is at stake. With molesters, prostitution rings, child trafficking, it's not like they're going to say, okay, you get to go to school now. No. Education and school's out the window because you're a commodity. You have been purchased. You are going to be sold over and over and over again. They don't care what happens to you. And if you don't do as you are told, they beat the holy hell out of you. If they break your arm, they break your arm. If you get a disease, you get a disease. If you die, you die. They'll dump your body. They don't care. Parents worried sick. Too many times after a child goes missing, then the parents realize, oh, well, maybe we should have paid more attention. Well, I was busy. I had my own life. Well, yeah, they came to talk to me. I knew there was something wrong because they wanted to talk, but I was busy. Don't be busy. When your child comes to you and wants to talk, listen. Because they may talk to somebody that will listen, that is not a good person. You have to be involved in your child's life. You have to pay attention. If your child quits eating, if they're anorexic, find out why. Something's wrong. It could be a metabolic disorder. It could be an emotional disorder. Fear, panic, terror, abuse, bullying. Find out. If you are in a domestic violence situation, realize you are raising your children to know that that in your household that's acceptable behavior. It's not acceptable behavior. Get out, get the kids out. No one should be abused physically, emotionally, financially. Don't do it. Get the kids out. Don't set your children up for failure. Don't set your children up without the tools they need to succeed in life. The tools of having a strong foundation of love and support, nurturing, the importance of education, the importance of knowing how to handle conflict without violence, without screaming and yelling and name-calling. Give the kids the tools they need. You may not have received them when you were growing up. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry. but it's not too late. You may have been given horrible labels growing up. People may have said that you were, fat or skinny and stupid and ignorant and worthless. That's their opinion of you. That doesn't mean that has to be your opinion of you. Your opinion of you is much more important. So let's make sure you don't repeat that with your child. Never tell a child they're stupid, they're worthless, they're behaving just like so-and-so, they're going to turn out just like so-and-so. No. Lift them up and encourage them. Once the wounds and scars of PTSD have set in, they're there for life. And it takes a long time for me to work through those with them. I will and I can. That's not an issue. I'm here. Absolutely, positively, and I know a lot of other people, therapists and counselors, that do this, and they're outstanding. But let's not let it get that far. Parents, foster parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, whomever is taking in children whose parents have been missing. Maybe they were killed, maybe they're incarcerated. God bless you guys, because your hands are full. Because these kids have issues. A lot of them have very, very serious issues. And I applaud you, and I thank God for you. Because you got your work cut out for you. Just give them love and acceptance. Listen to what they have to say. Teach them how to express what they're feeling inside through music, through dance, journaling, whatever it is. Let them know here's another way to express it other than anger and violence and drugs and alcohol. For some kids, they need a physical outlet. Get them into kickboxing. Get them into gymnastics, track, sports, whatever it is for that release. But let them know hitting another person when you're angry, hitting an animal when you're angry, it's not acceptable. We can't do that. Give them the tools they need to function as happy, healthy adults when they get there. Let them know they can be anything they want to be. No matter where you come from, we can get you in a college, you bet. It might be a community college to start out, but hey, it's a college. It counts. We can get you there. Maybe they don't want to go to college. Maybe they want to work with their hands. That's great. We need that. Absolutely, there's no shame in that. That's wonderful. If they want to go to a VOTEC, a trade school, that's great. Let them get the education they need. An apprenticeship. Let them find self-worth, self-esteem in whatever they want to do. Go with that. Build on it. That's their dream. Don't take their dream away. Their dreams are their dreams. Yours are yours. Love them. Encourage them. Protect them. Because we are all in this together. Thank you for joining me. If you wish to treat with me, if you wish to discuss this further, you know how to get in touch with me here on Nexia. I will be happy to talk to you. I offer a free 15-minute consultation. No harm, no foul there. If you want to treat with me on a regular basis, we can set that up as well. And those prices are listed. I really hope you got some good information out of this. Please give the children the tools they need. Let them know it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. It's okay. But let's find a constructive way to express it. Thank you.